welcome to Is This Good? The show where we boldly, conclusively, and scientifically decide what things in this big wide world are good. I'm Matt Austin, and with me, as always, is production powerhouse Jason Doyle.
Hello.
Hi, JD. Lovely to have you with us. And formerly of Deadspin.com, formerly of the Score Media Network, formerly of NBA TV, currently a sub-3 hour marathon runner, currently the fourth most famous person from Stratford, Ontario, currently the host of No Dunks, the oldest and best basketball podcast on the planet. It's Justin Everest Skeets, J.E. Skeets. Welcome to Is This Good?
Wow, there is a lot to unpack there. I don't even know where to start. Did you say fourth most popular person from Stratford, Ontario?
Okay, who do you think is ahead of you?
Okay, the Biebs for sure.
Justin Bieber, yep, that's number one on everyone's list.
But then it's me. How am I not second?
You think you're number two? I thought you were going to say, wow, how am I number four?
No, who's 2 and 3?
Okay. Look, I thought about this a lot. Number one is definitely Justin Bieber. There's no argument to me.
Of course.
Even though he was born in London, Ontario. Did you know that? Not born in Stratford.
Thank you.
Okay? But very much raised in Stratford, very much associated with Stratford. So I did try to limit this to people that were born and raised in Stratford. Lloyd Robertson, Canadian legend. But you're American. You probably don't know who this guy is, but he basically did the national news on one of our, 3 channels
right.
For our entire lives. Personally, I was more of a Peter Mansbridge guy who also lives in Stratford, but was not born there. No. So he doesn't count. And then number 3, or really this is probably number 2 for me, Richard Manuel from the band.
Oh, okay.
Probably, they had one American in it, but probably I would say one of Canada's best bands.
Okay. I don't think I knew that.
So now you're comfortable
twist.
At number 4?
No, I'm ahead of Lloyd. I mean,
you think you're ahead of Lloyd?
Americans have no idea who you're talking about right now. They know who I am. That gives me a leg up on Lloyd.
What about Canadians, though? More Canadians.
I'm kidding. We all know I'm ahead of Bieber anyway. Jesus, come on.
Okay. Well, you might be wondering, how did I come to this determination? JD, if you could put up the Wikipedia page for Stratford, Ontario, please. There it is, Stratford, Ontario. When you're typing into Wikipedia, Stratford on the Avon will come up first, but that's okay. Dig a little deeper, you will find the quaint town of Stratford, Ontario. And at the bottom, JD, if you'll hit the next one, there was a list of notable people, actors, musicians, sportsmen, other. Now, do you see your name on this, J. Skeets?
Yeah.
You do now, because I added it.
Yeah, sweet. Thank you.
Right at the bottom, Phil Elder, a.k.a. J.E. Skeets, podcast pioneer, former analyst on NBA TV, and current host of the No Dunks podcast on The Athletic. And that was last night, and I checked this morning, and it has not been taken down, so I annotated that correctly.
Oh, that's good. It's good news. I mean, there's no reason why I feel like I couldn't be included in the other list, so hopefully it stays.
Yeah. I mean, if you look above you, like...
Bethune is pretty low on the list. Well, I guess temporary home, so there's that.
Is Norman Bethune the guy that invented insulin?
Yeah, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he is, but he shouldn't be... Okay, fine, I guess he is notable, but like... I don't know. The first woman to become a licensed medical doctor? Okay, I guess that's kind of cool. Oh, Thomas Edison? Okay,
yeah, but like Thomas Edison wasn't born in Stratford. Yeah,
no,
this is my issue with this. Like, I was born and raised. Hell, I was born in a hospital and lived in the street across from the hospital.
Wow.
Legit, born and raised in within 1 block in Stratford.
I know that's what we're looking for here. But congratulations on being the 4th most famous person from Stratford who somehow wasn't on the notable persons list on Wikipedia.
Oh, thanks for adding.
There's like 60 names on there.
Well, 61 now.
But hey, that's the deal. If you're listening, if you come on and be a guest, I will add your name to whatever relevant Wikipedia pages I can. And I tell you, I put an effort. I once had a username for Wikipedia. It was connected to an old email that I couldn't find anymore, so I had to re-sign up.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. Hey, is your weird Wikipedia fact, I guess you could call it, is it still live on the page when it goes back to Matt Austin and your Iditarod days?
Yeah, it is, because I checked, because I had to link to the No Dunks page on Wikipedia to cross annotate. And I think what you're referring to is someone made a a Basketball Jones. Actually, I think I made the Basketball Jones Wikipedia page. But then people started being real rascals and adding things to it that weren't true. And someone said that I did the Iditarod. What else is it?
Yeah.
He refers to himself as the Savage Bodyguard.
Oh, yeah, I do
that's
like
it,
that fact. Yeah.
From an old story I told.
It's still there.
Yeah, all that stuff's still there. So I don't know. Donate to Wikipedia so they could take this shit down.
I guess so.
All right, Skeets, before we get going, a seismic announcement in the world of pyramids. Okay, this is serious. This was all over the news last week. I'm reading from the New York Post here. Archaeologists discover secret chamber inside Great Pyramid of Giza. Okay, this was a huge moment for all my Egyptologists out there. Did you guys see this news?
I actually didn't, but I feel like this comes around every couple years where we find a secret chamber in one of the pyramids. Because I thought that's what the whole point of the pyramid was.
Right. Hidden passages and such.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is cool. I didn't see this news. This is big.
Well, I think our radar technology or whatever technology that allows us to see through walls without digging into them is probably getting better. LiDAR, is that a thing? I don't know. That inspired me, though, to do my own investigation. And even bigger news, I found a secret chamber inside the podcasting pyramid of housekeeping.
Wow.
Interesting.
Okay, we're still going with this. Respect.
Yeah. Do you know what's in the secret chamber, Skeets?
No, could I guess it? Like, is it possible?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you can guess.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if it's within the secret chamber, it's something that you originally forgot when you were giving your pyramid of, what do you call it? Housekeeping, I guess, in a weird way.
Pyramid of podcasting housekeeping.
Yeah.
Podcasting pyramid of housekeeping.
But
the name changes all the time.
Yeah, I don't know though. What is it? Because I feel like emails and tweets and smiles and 5-star ratings and reviews. I don't know. What is it? What's in there?
I'll tell you what's in the secret chamber. A Patreon.
Oh, I was not ready for that. Oh my God, are you serious?
Yeah, I didn't expect it either. So let me just explain. What is a Patreon? It's a membership platform that allows creators, that's us, to get paid by offering subscribers, that's you, exclusive extras. Why are we doing this? Well, we kind of need to. The show that JD and I love, we've made $0 doing. In fact, we've made -$. We're in the hole. So this is a way for us to continue doing the show and a way for us to build the Is This Good community and offer you more stuff than we've currently been able to. So the show will still get released once a week like normal for everyone. That's not going to change. But if you join on Patreon, you're going to get cool stuff like exclusive segments in every single one of those shows that non-Patreon people won't hear. Ooh. You're going to get exclusive videos, access to our Discord server where you can argue over whether things are good with your fellow listeners, a live stream hangout where you can ask JD and I questions about anything you want. I mean, that's crazy. Skeets, what would you ask us if you had the chance?
Why wasn't I the #1 ranked person from Stratford, Ontario?
A good question. If you join as a patron, I will put your name somewhere on Wikipedia.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's nice.
I mean, that's maybe an upper tier, but I'll put in the work. And Skeets, you won't believe this. You can even get credited on the show. We will talk about you behind your back on the podcast, and then you'll listen to it, and we'll be in front of your back.
Oh, okay, okay.
But that's exciting. So search for Is This Good on Patreon. Sign up. Be part of the Is This Good street team. You guys are the best. I know you're going to come through. We appreciate everyone. And if you have questions about the Patreon or want to send me topics for a future show, hit me up at isthisgoodpod@gmail.com. That was a lot of talking, but the premise of the show is very simple. I'm going to give you a topic, and you tell me if it's good. Skeets, you ready to go?
Patreons, are they good? Discuss. Let's go.
Well, what do you think?
I mean, this is a great idea. I was going to ask you, but I know you want to move on here, get into the actual show. Like, are there tiers to this Patreon, like most? Or is it just...
Yes, there are tiers.
Is it a pyramid?
Great question. Well, there are 3 tiers. They could be laid
Okay.
as the... Now, this is a good question. Would the most expensive tier be on the bottom or be on the top if you're visualizing the pyramid?
I would think on the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's less
the least
room
amount
up
of people.
there. Like,
but it's the least amount of people are going to be in that tier.
That's why.
I
That
see.
makes sense. Yeah.
Right.
The base is the largest.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
That
That's
will
where
be
you.
the lowest denomination to contribute, I would assume, and then it would go up. And,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if it was a human pyramid, you'd want the most people at the bottom, and that's where most people are going to be.
Right. Yes. Right. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to
Human pyramids, are they good?
I felt like. Can I answer?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I think they had a moment in like the 80s, late 80s, because I remember when we would have family gatherings, my mom and her siblings, and then like second cousins and stuff. That was like a fun photo.
Yeah.
I don't know why, and I felt like that disappeared. Maybe people start getting hurt and
Yeah,
stuff.
I guess. No one wanted to be on the bottom.
But it's an iconic photo. Like I can picture it in my head.
But it's not the most flattering photo ever.
No.
Especially for the people on the bottom.
Yeah,
which I always was.
Oh, yeah. See, I was always on the. I was the upper parts of the human pyramid.
You have a slighter build than me.
Yeah, you need the climbing ability. You got to be lighter. I'm not going to be a strong base like you.
Yeah.
Bring
You
him
think
back.
that now, as you're getting older, Skeets, though, at these family reunions, you will force to be on the bottom because you're not as spry as you used to be.
I think I'd be second tier.
Right.
Yeah.
Mid-tier.
Mid-tier.
Yeah.
I'd be a second tier. You're right. I still am not, and I'm not probably strong enough for the bottom base.
I think you are.
We need some rocks down there.
Yeah, but how would you feel about climbing up on another man's back? I don't think I'd want to do. I couldn't do that.
Well, why couldn't you do that?
I mean, I could do
I would
it.
crawl on a woman's back if she was bigger than me, and most women are.
Yeah.
I would feel bad, I guess.
I think
mean,
you're saying like you're not maybe quick on your feet. Like it would take you a little bit to
it would take maybe
a little bit.
more than one try, I think.
Right.
Right?
I mean that's
I mean, not on the first, but if I was on the third level, which would be the most insane pyramid ever built, if you put me on level 3. Or it would be literally Shaquille O'Neal and yeah.
So
I'll tell you what. I'd rather a human pyramid picture than a jump in the air picture.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it's more embarrassing because everyone is going to know that I cannot jump, over a piece of paper. Whereas,
I see.
Yeah.
I can go on all fours.
Right.
That's why I've been going to see a personal trainer. And when I went, he said, what are your goals? Are you going like on a beach vacation? Is it just health? I said, no, I got a family reunion coming up. And now that I'm older, they're gonna put me on the bottom of the pyramid.
Jeez. Yeah. I mean, we're generally talking 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
That's probably. I mean, maybe you have more
Well, it depends
people.
how many family members you have.
Yeah, for sure. Half the fun though is the building of the pyramid. Can we get there?
100%.
That's the laughs and the injuries.
And then the collapse of the pyramid.
Oh.
The inevitable collapse.
I mean, keep that camera snapping.
Exactly. Video.
The inevitable neck pain and lawsuits.
Yeah, I lost a good second cousin due to a lawsuit over a human pyramid.
All right, let's get to the first topic. A big one. This has been submitted by a lot of people.
Okay.
Michael R., Cooper S., Joe L., they all want to know, all-you-can-eat buffets, are they good? I know you've been to an all-you-can-eat buffet. I know we've been to Vegas together.
We
at
ate
least...
at the Wicked Spoon, I believe, was an all-you-can-eat buffet.
That's right.
Like a nicer one, right? I mean, it's Vegas.
Yeah,
It
Wicked
costs
Spoon
like
with a
$80.
Y.
Yeah, was it?
Yeah, it was.
Really? I didn't remember that. I mean, I've been to them. You're right. I do not think they're good though. I actually struggle at them. I hate the idea of just wasting food, and that's the number one complaint with a buffet. Like, on one hand, you're like, oh, it's great because I have all this variation, even though you could usually go back and say it's all just mediocre crap.
Yes.
But it's just, people just go nuts at a buffet, and you just see wasted plates of food. And I don't like going out to a restaurant at this point in my life and just getting my own plate of, especially here in America, giant-sized portions.
Right.
I'm a tapas guy, right? I'm a shared plates guy because I'd rather that. Oh, maybe I don't like this, but you'll eat it. Okay, all that. So just buffets, I'm out.
But it's interesting because you are a tapas guy, but so there is a wide variety of things. So if it's a decent buffet, you could get a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and you're getting your tapas as well.
Yeah, you're creating your own tapas.
Yeah.
You're right. But like, I can do that, but I know other people can't.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, my main problem with a buffet, I'm saying they're not good as well, is it's the most antisocial dining experience you can have. Like,
Good
you
call.
know, if there's 2 or 10 of you, it's just constantly moving, constantly getting up and going around. Some of it's fun. There is a buffet that I do go to with my family when we're in Mexico. My parents live down there in the winter. It's on a golf club. And it's a very boozy affair. The food is incredible. And, you know, we're all staying together anyway. So, you know, you get up and you're just wandering around. It's like we eat every meal together. We don't have to eat this one. So I'll allow it for that. But in general, like, you know, you go to the Mandarin or somewhere like it's just like, all right, like I'm going back. I'm going up and you're sitting down and your buddy's getting up. And it's just very, you know, ships in the night. Really, and then it's chaos, and then it's over, and you feel awful because you've eaten way too much.
And then there's the classic: you see something on, let's say, Matt's plate, like, oh, where did you get that?
That's right.
Oh, you got to go around, and I think there's some new ones coming out.
You got to go into the kitchen. That's where they're at.
You got to go make yourself a grilled cheese sandwich here at this buffet. You're making some great points, but I just look. They're not clean either. Like. I mean, I know this is like post-pandemic here, but like they literally, that was probably the first thing that got shut down were buffets.
Yeah.
And it makes sense, you know, we're all sharing the same things. We're all like touching the same things. I don't love that part either. But it's just
And you got to watch
so
out
wasteful.
for kids in a buffet line, especially.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
You see a kid take something, put on their plate, pick it up with their hands, put it back.
Yeah.
Reach into things, like if there's seafood, especially if it's raw, is it being kept at the right temperature?
Yeah, there's that.
I'm gonna say probably not, but I would just say overall, you know it's not an expression. Quantity over quality.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah,
it's the reverse. Now, I'm not saying there are buffets that have good stuff at them. I'm not saying that, but I need guardrails. I can't just be put in front of an endless amount of food because I'm going to make myself sick.
Right.
I have no portion control. I have no appetite control. I would also say that some people say, hey, like this is just a cheap way to get a lot of food. So don't judge it like that. But then I would come back and say, like, what's the golden corral? It's like $16, $15 maybe, depending where you live.
Sure.
Plus, you know, tax and tip. Tip is another whole thing we'll get to with buffets. Used to know someone that worked at buffet said they never got tipped. And if they did, horribly. But you are supposed to be tipping just as much at a buffet as a normal restaurant because the waiters are bringing stuff out, putting them in there. They're taking your plates away. They're bringing you drinks. Like, it is still, they're bringing you the check.
There's still a service, but it feels like you're doing everything.
Right, right, exactly.
It's weird. Yeah.
It's also... how do I put this? The type of person who would go to Golden Corral might not be, you know, up to speed with the tipping etiquette in general. You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying, but let me add that to finish my point. If you want to just spend $15 on a dinner, there's like fast casual places that have way better food than the Golden Corral that you can go to and spend the same amount of money. Are you interested in hearing tricks that buffets do to make you eat less?
To make you eat less?
Oh, interesting. Yes, I am interested.
Well, they obviously, they draw you in with the all you can eat, but they, you know, ideally you're not eating all you can eat. So they're making money.
Okay,
right?
well, let's hear these tricks. Okay.
They hide the expensive proteins between an array of vegetables so customers won't find them.
These are real, by the way. You're not making this up.
I'm not making this up. Starches dominate the buffet lines because they're cheap and filling. That one
makes
fair.
a lot of sense. Yep.
I like this one. At modern Chinese buffets, chopsticks are standard. So they hide the knives and forks so that people have to slow down because they're not as adept at eating with chopsticks.
Okay.
That's just
water and soft drinks come in huge glasses, so you fill up on those.
Yep.
Okay.
They use half-size plates to limit the amount of food you could take on a single trip.
I mean, I hope a part of that, too, is to try and reduce waste. Because, I mean, so many times at a buffet, you see something like, oh, I'll try that.
Right.
One bite. You know, big plop of it on there, one small bite.
Yeah.
And you're like, ugh, No, that's gross. I don't want this.
I thought this was potatoes. It's parsnips.
Yeah.
And then this one I thought was really interesting because this is just another psychological trick. They leave the dirty dishes on your table to discourage you from getting more food. Because I guess if your table is clear, you might feel like, oh, I can go get another plate.
Yeah.
But if there's still stuff on your table, maybe you're less likely to do that.
Oh. A lot of these, now that you say them out loud, you're like, oh, yeah.
Sure.
That makes sense. They've done it.
So 68% of people say that all-you-can-eat buffets are, what do you think, Skeets?
Man. I think people are going to say that are voting, they're going to say not good.
You're actually wrong.
Wow.
68% of people say that all-you-can-eat buffets are good.
Yeah, that's why I caught myself. You know, I'm not... People love it. People are like, why not pay? Or you were saying like, yeah, you could go to a casual restaurant, pay $15, whatever, $15 to $20, have a better meal. But people will come back and say, well, why not pay $15 to $20 and have 5 meals in one sitting?
Well, it doesn't work like that. The sickest I've ever been is from the Pizza Hut lunch buffet.
Oh yeah,
God.
that takes me back to my high school days right there. Yeah.
Oh, it's just endless amounts of deep dish pepperoni, the oiliest, saltiest food you can eat. I mean, I'm lactose intolerant, which I did not know at the time. And then to add insult to injury, they bring out that Trizza pizza.
Yep.
God, that thing is good.
It's I remember in high school, we would all load into the van and hit the Pizza Hut and do the all-you-could-eat buffet there and just watch Ken take down as many slices as a man could in an hour setting. And like it's a bunch of dumb high school. Keep a running tally of how many slices can we take down. Oh, we hit 100. Yeah.
Wow.
It's like, wow.
We hit 100.
It's
century.
Like,
the pizza century.
Pizza century. Well, a bunch of guys, but
It's surprising to me that a Pizza Hut so close to a high school would do the all-you-can-eat buffet.
It's
That's
ballsy.
just straight up balls.
Really tells you how cheap it is to make all that stuff.
I will defend a breakfast buffet. Like if you're staying at a hotel and they have a breakfast buffet, just in terms of ease and speed, and especially if they have an omelet bar, sitting down and having to order something, sometimes it is better.
Yeah, but like buffets in general, another con to me is there is too much choice.
Right.
Like I actually prefer. I mean, I don't like going to a restaurant where it's a book for a menu.
Right.
That's right. You want a curated experience, and a buffet is not curated.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. It's like.
But you're talking like all inclusive, like vacation, like you're in a resort kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then there is pressure. It's like, all I want is oatmeal, but there's this fabulous buffet.
There's pressure because then you start to get in your head like, well, I've paid for this.
Exactly.
So now I have to get my money's worth, even if I don't want to eat that much.
Yeah.
That's where you start tricking yourself.
But you're going to get your money's worth at the bar. So.
Right. All you can drink.
That's right.
There you go. Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. All right. Kevin F. asks, pulling cash out of the ATM to hide minor expenses from your wife. Now, I did think this would be an interesting question to bring up with J.E. Skeets, because one thing you did once tell me, Nora, block your ears, is that you sometimes have secret sneaky foods.
That's what she calls it. I call it lunch. I call it fast food shitty lunch. She calls it, ooh, you had secret sneaky food. No, I stopped at McDonald's and, took down 10 McNuggets in the car ride home.
But are you coming in, are you walking in the door and saying, I just had McNuggets and the Cardi B meal?
Or am I walking into, honey, I'm home, 10 nuggets full? No.
She can just tell.
Yes, sir. Yes,
she can
sir,
tell.
10 nuggets full.
No, I'm not doing that. But I guess I am not walking into the door and within the first 5 minutes saying, I did stop for McDonald's.
Oh,
interesting. I'm not hiding it from my bank account, though.
I think you are. So are you throwing out the packaging before you get in the house?
I guess I have, not all the time.
Interesting. This sounds like a man that knows he did something wrong.
It's a man that's ashamed that I ate McDonald's, yes.
It sounds like a man with a telltale fart.
You know what it is, too, sometimes? Let's be honest. If you're really hungry and you have a significant other or, kids, whatever the situation, other people in your house, like, sometimes you're just like, I just want to stop and get a 6-inch shitty Subway sandwich, and I don't want to like call and say, hey, do you want that too? Now I gotta get your order, and like, oh, what if they don't have that? Like, you just want it quick and dirty,
right?
And so that is a part of this sneakiness.
Quick and dirty, isn't that usually a 12-inch?
I call my penis Italian bread.
Okay.
So there is the sneakiness part that I think upsets Nora as well. As like, hey, you didn't tell me. I may have wanted something, but it's like, yeah, but
yeah, but I didn't want you to slow me down while getting fast food. It's called fast food for a reason.
Well, yeah.
So you're never taking out money so that she doesn't see it on the credit. By the way, is it one credit card?
What do you mean? I mean, we have credit card, obviously a bank card.
But is it
Well,
joint?
I guess I'm asking, like,
Yeah.
If
like,
you go to
she
McDonald's,
has definitely once before, I didn't walk in the house and proclaim that I had McDonald's, but she was looking at the bank account one day and said, do you have McDonald's? Like, she's almost like, who did this charge, you know? I was like, oh, yeah, that was me.
Right.
And then,
who did this charge? There's her, you, and the dog.
You don't know? I mean, sometimes, your account got violated or something. Ronald himself was hacked in.
If you lose your credit card and a high school student or a kid finds it, they're going to McDonald's. That's first stop.
Yeah.
So that's why.
Yeah, gas or exactly.
And that's what JD tells Rachel, so that when he goes to McDonald's, she thinks that his card was stolen.
Oh, I did get in trouble one time because I took Lincoln out driving. He's learning to drive. And, we were out for the afternoon.
Can you pause for a second?
Yes.
Is that a frightening experience? Because I don't have kids, but for some reason that's a thing I have anxiety over. Having to be in the car with someone that doesn't know how to drive. How does everyone survive? I actually literally don't understand it.
Yeah. I mean, it is very nerve-wracking for sure. And I'm teaching him on a stick as well. So
nice.
Why? I don't know. Because I feel like it's a life skill, even though he's probably in the next 5 years going to have a self-driving car anyways.
Right.
But
cool, JD. So you're going to teach him how to edit by cutting tape and scotch taping it back together, so he knows the theory behind editing when perfectly good non-linear editing systems exist on every Macintosh?
Exactly right. No, so after the afternoon, it was pretty stressful, but he did great. And we were right next to a McDonald's, and he's like, I'm starving. I'm like, let's go to McDonald's. And then I came home, and I said we went to McDonald's, but it was exactly that. It was exactly like, we're starving too. Why didn't you get anything? But then, of course, I could have called. It actually crossed my mind to be like, we're stopping at McDonald's. You want anything? Then it's a thing, right? Then it's like, I'll take this and that. I'll have a milkshake. I'm like, the milkshake machine's not going to be working, but I have to, at least I have to ask, extra pickles on the Big Mac. And I'm like, okay.
Jackson's like, I'll have the pizza. You're like, is it 1992 in select McDonald's across Canada? There's no pizza.
Suddenly the fast food order isn't that fast.
It's not so fast. Exactly. Yeah. So, and I knew I was going to take a hit. It was one of those, I'm taking a hit for this, but I don't care because, we just had a nice time and whatever. And I took the hit, and it was a bigger hit than I thought it was going to be. But it was because they were hungry, And when you're hungry, you're a little angry, she was a bit hangry.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, So I didn't hide it from her, which I guess is the question.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, this is interesting. Neither of you are copping to taking out money from an ATM to hide minor expenses from your wife, but you're both copping to being very inconsiderate.
Yeah,
I guess so. And like a couple of times for sure, like once we hit around dinner time, if Nora's making something, hey, are you ready to eat now? And like I'll be like, yeah, I'm starving, or no, I'm okay. And then she'll I'll see her brain go, hold on, I haven't seen you eat lunch.
Right.
So then she wants to know, what'd you have for lunch? I grabbed something on the way back. So,
you naughty boy. Naughty boy.
Exactly.
Well, this guy at Veedlebop on Twitter, when I posted this poll, said, hey, rookie, you don't pull it out of the ATM. You grab some extra bucks when you purchase something at a retailer that offers cash back. So if you're looking to hide a minor expense from your partner, that could be the way to go for you.
I never have cash on me anymore, though. And you probably should. There's obviously some instances.
Well, that's why you're stopping at the ATM.
Yeah, but I never go to the ATM. Why do I need the cash? I don't need it.
Yeah.
If I'm not really trying to hide it, then who cares?
I love it. I like having cash on me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just old. I'm an old man. I just
JD loves
cash.
walking into a restaurant with a billfold and licking that finger and
I was
peeling off fives to the maitre d'.
I was at a G League game not that long ago, and I went up to get a bunch of drinks, grab some drinks, and then the guy, I'm doing the whole thing, and I just think now, like, well, I'm throwing tip on there. Yeah. Like, obviously, they'll turn around the iPad, I'll put the tip in, boom. But for whatever reason, at the G League game, he's like, no, we can't take tips. Like that. A part of, like, the transaction.
Wants cash.
So I'm like, well, I don't have any cash. I mean, I bought 3 beers off the guy. It wasn't all that busy, so I felt sort of bad. But he points down. He's like, no, there you go. There's a little Venmo QR code. So it's fine. That works, but it's like it's an added layer. Yeah. And now I'm going through and, like, I forgot to hit something. So I'm like, hey, man, I got to get your confirmation. I need your last 4 digits of your phone. So we're going through this whole song and dance. But that is when I wish I did have cash. That's when I wish you should just keep some 5s, at least some 5s or 10s on you. I just never, like, it's just going to make my wallet bigger, too. I don't want that.
Yeah, that's true.
Keep it slim.
Okay, so you're saying you would hide minor expenses from your wife, but you don't.
I don't want to carry it around.
There's no room in your pocket for cash.
I don't know when a human pyramid's going to break out. I could throw the whole thing off whack, and I got a fat wallet in my back pocket.
You're right.
Toppling.
I once offered cash.
Imagine you're in Canada, you got toonies and loonies weighing down your jeans.
Yeah. I once offered cash to Lincoln. Like, he was going on a trip. I'm like, here's $200, for food, basically. He's like, I'm not paying with cash. That's goofy. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's like, you don't want to be seen using cash. I'm like, all right.
Let's see his Bitcoin.
This ain't your grandpa's form of fiat currency. All right, Ski. Oh, sorry, I should have said.
Yeah, what's the poll?
73% of people say pulling cash out of the ATM to hide minor expenses from your wife is not good. I think they're liars. I mean, what are these people doing at strip clubs that they go to? These filthy beasts.
Yeah, but you're not hiding anything.
Well, I assume maybe you're not using your credit card either.
Right, but if you're using an ATM at a strip club, they're going to know. Downtown Eatery, what's this?
Downtown Eatery. Downtown Eatery that had an $11 ATM fee. What?
And you took out $500 cash?
And what?
I took out $500 because I didn't want to pay the $12 fee twice.
What do you think the percentage is of American couples or whatever, couples around the world that do have a joint bank account? I wonder how high it is or how low it is. I don't know.
Do you guys?
Yeah. Well, we do, for sure.
Yeah, you do? Okay.
But neither of our wives could work for the...
Well, that's...
still can't.
Yeah,
so.
True.
Right.
Good point.
Okay, I don't know. That's another thing. Got to think about in the future. Doesn't give me as much anxiety as being in a car with my unborn son or daughter, but still. All right, Skeets, it's time for the Is This Good segment where, unfortunately, everything's bad. It's time to pick your poison. Here's how it works. I'm going to give you 4 related options that are all bad, and you have to pick your poison. So whichever you consider the least worst option. Okay. But there is a right answer. So sometime during the pandemic, you purchased a house. A home. Is this correct, Skeets?
That right at the start, basically, of the pandemic. Yep.
Okay. Am I also correct in saying that you were somewhat trepidatious over the years about home ownership?
He's a goddamn therapist when I come on this show. Yes, I was. For sure, okay. I thought I might rent my entire life.
Okay, so what were some things you were concerned about?
Money? Just the giant amount of money you hand over in buying a house.
Mm-hmm.
That's
money you might have to outlay for repairs, I assume too.
That's good point.
Yeah.
Upkeep, just the hassle, I guess, with that comes with owning a home. Those would be a couple of the factors. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
and you know what? One more. The idea of like, you buy a house, it feels like I'm here forever.
Right. The permanency.
I'm not going anywhere, even though it's not true, but it just has that feeling. The laying.
I'm with you.
You know, really.
It hurt your nomadic soul.
Yeah.
Your stay in your magic vibes. You know, what if I want to become a digital nomad and move to Bali? Now you can't anymore because this house is an anchor around your neck.
That's right.
Okay, well, the subject of today's Pick Your Poison is something that you didn't mention, but you should have been worried about. Something that can make or break your home ownership experience. And it's the thing you have no control over. Your neighbors.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Okay, so you are going to have to live next to one of these 4 couples.
Okay.
All right? Number 1, Mark and Patty. They knock on your door and welcome you to the neighborhood, not with a pie, but with hand-drawn architectural schematics that show your fence is on their property. Even though you consult the city and show Mark official land records and property assessments, they are not convinced. They set up a ladder in their backyard so they can stare at you while you're outside. And when you ask them to stop, they say you're technically on their property. One day they start digging up the fence themselves. Oh shit. Patty just knocked over Nora's azaleas. This is war. You never know another moment's peace. Okay, that's Mark and Patty.
Oh, I mean, okay. I'm not picking them, I don't think. Okay.
Not good so far.
No.
All right, number 2, Steve and Diane. They seem like a nice couple. They invite you over, but something feels off. Diane keeps asking you about your marathon training and marvels that you must have a lot of endurance. Steve says he likes your vibe, and he says you both seem pretty open-minded. Is this a cult? And then you notice it. Garden gnome up front, pineapple door knocker, tub in the backyard. She wears an anklet. He's got a lot of rings. Hey, why Steve massaging your wife? They're swingers, and they won't rest till you and your wife are nose deep in shag carpet getting tied into a pretzel by Big Lair, a personal trainer with a thriving Instagram following. They bombard you with invitations for mind-expanding evenings in the love tub. You never know another moment's peace.
Okay, Steve and Diane,
Wow.
the swingers.
Number 3, Ray and Faye. Being a nice person, you feign interest in the neighbors' kids as they play on the porch. This turns out to be a huge mistake. Now every time Ray and Faye leave the house, they ring your doorbell and ask if you can babysit the twins because you love kids so much. You try and say you're busy, but Faye is persistent. She says, "You sir seem to be at home a lot with nothing to do. What'd you say you are again? A podcaster?" Well, not anymore. You're a full-time nanny, and the twins are pukers. You never know another moment's peace.
Okay. All right, I do love kids. Okay. No.
Okay. And number 4, you could be living next to Carl and Ernest. Every time you take your garbage out, it disappears before the morning. Is this someone sending you a message not to leave your bin out overnight on account of the possums? You're confused until months later the stench from next door spills onto their front lawn. Carl and Ernest are hoarders, and they've been hoarding your garbage.
Whoa.
Not only are you disgusted, but you're being mocked by everything you've ever thrown out. Remember when you said you were going to get into fly fishing? Well, now all your gear is decomposing in front of you forever. Your view from your window is now a mountain of rat-infested refuse.
Holy crap.
You never know another moment's peace. So, Skeets, it's time to pick your poison.
Well, we can cross 2 off the board immediately. The first couple, that
Mark
was
and Patty,
like,
they,
coming in way too hot.
They're coming in hot.
Yeah, that is just sounds like a nightmare. I do not need to be best friends with my neighbors, but man, I don't want to be like sworn enemies from day one. And you said they're looking at me too, like creeping over the fence.
Yeah.
No. So not them. Mm-hmm. The last one I think we can get rid of. I don't want the hoarders and piles of garbage everywhere.
Yeah. It's your garbage though.
Yeah.
But still.
It makes it worse.
Yeah.
It's just, it's just the idea of it too. Like, we're trying to build a community here, you know?
Yeah.
I'm at the end of a dead end street for crying out loud. So they're gone.
It's ruining your property value too.
Yeah,
Totally.
right. So they're gone. So it's down.
No curb appeal.
It's down to the Swingers, Steve and Diane, I believe they were called.
Yes.
I know them well already. And who'd you say? Ray and Faye with the twins.
Ray and Faye. Very good memory, Skeets. You're good. You're like Dale Carnegie. You're very good with names. So do you want to basically feel sort of uncomfortable that the couple next door is trying to to cuck you?
Yeah.
Well, I guess you're involved, so I don't know.
Not necessarily.
And we want to be sex positive. I'm going to channel my inner Dan Savage here. It's fine, but the bottom line here is you're not interested. I don't know if it's because Steve and Diane are real uggos or because, hey, you just want to have a nice monogamous, traditional, boring, real milk toast relationship.
Right. They do have a hot tub.
They do have a hot tub.
That's pretty cool.
You're really going to get in that hot tub, though? Come on.
Eat some lamb shanks with them in the hot tub. My love.
Yeah, or do you want to be basically a nanny for these kids? And you just don't know. You could be just sitting down your couch with a beer to relax. That doorbell rings, and now you got to tell the twins, sorry, I can't.
I do think I go with Ray and Faye and the twins, though. At
really?
least, yeah. I mean, I could say no. I mean, you're making it's. I would be fine. We would do it. Obviously, watch their kids, whatever they're running out. You're right. You're making it seem like they're doing it all the time. That would suck. You said they're pukers. Don't like that. But I'll have
and
the
you have
ideas.
A lot of carpet.
We have carpets, but it's not installed carpet.
Right.
Oh, okay.
So it's actually better. Right?
Easier to replace.
Easier to clean, for sure. But you
could just roll up that puke in an area rug like a burrito.
Yeah. But at least I get the trade-off is some livelihood. There's kids in the neighborhood. Feels like a real neighborhood to me.
Yeah, you're a pillar of the community. Taking in
where you
the neighborhood
Thank
kids.
you. I'm going with that. I'm going with that one. I'm picking my poison. Give me the pukey twins.
Yeah.
Okay. Skeets gets Ray and Faye's pukey twins. JD, where are you on this one?
Swingers, and it's not even close.
Okay.
Like, it's
Take
not
us through your thought
it's,
process.
Yeah. Well, Skeets said that you can say no to Ray and Faye. You can also say no to the Swingers. And I do not want to be propositioned for an orgy, but I even less want to be propositioned to take care of other people's kids.
Yeah.
I'm just not doing it. So, and I also find it way easier to say no to sex than to, taking care of kids. Like, it's like I don't even have to explain it. It's like, I'm good. You know what? I'm good.
Yeah, that's true. In theory, people would understand an aversion to oily group sex versus an aversion to twins.
Exactly.
Right.
Who puke. Known pukers.
Yeah, that was a nice addition there with the pukers.
Yeah.
Because you could have even, most people, even if these kids are the greatest kids in the world, are super sweet, whatever, they can amuse themselves. You just got to keep an eye on them. But yeah, you're dropping in this puke part.
Yeah. But also, they're not the greatest kids in the world because they're Ray and Faye's kids who are dumping them on you all the time.
Exactly.
So
yeah,
they're assholes too. I'm telling you. The kids are assholes too.
Wow, jeez.
They're puking assholes. At least the Swingers seem nice. They seem nice about it.
All right.
Well, the correct answer is Steve and Diane. It is.
Yeah.
It is the gnome-loving hot tubbers.
What was the pineapple reference? Is that a thing?
That's a thing.
Is that a
yeah,
tell?
that's a swinging thing, yeah.
There's one down the road from us.
Really?
Yeah.
So what is it?
Is it upside down, out of curiosity?
No.
Right side up. They say upside down is a telltale sign.
So there's a pineapple sculpture somewhere on the property.
Just the swinger signal.
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
I think Steve and Diane are the ones you pick because they're the only ones that allow you to have full in-home autonomy. Your home is still your castle. Do you know what I mean? The hoarders, that smell and that sight is a violation. Mark and Patty, they're aggressive and you're nervous at all times. They're knocking over your fence. Faye and Ray, they're ringing your doorbell. I don't want anyone ringing my doorbell. Steve and Diane, sure, every time you walk to the car, they're waving at you going, we're having people over tonight, But I think it'd be fun to discuss too. It's you turn to Nora and you're like, oh, 8 people just rolled up to Steve and Diane.
Sure, there's some entertainment for sure with them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's the correct answer. So as you know, you can send me topic ideas to isthisgoodpod@gmail.com. But someone named Ken Etchels did something different this week. He sent me a segment idea. And the name of that segment is This Gross? It's pretty simple. I'm going to ask you a question, and you're going to tell me if it's gross. Shout out to Ken. Thanks for the suggestion. So Karen L asks, licking your fingers after eating Cheetos or Doritos, is this gross? Skeets, you're a man that likes a chip. Mm-hmm. So I assume you've come across this problem before.
Yeah, well, I've shared this story before on the podcast. My buddy Brody, when he would do this, eat the Doritos, instead of licking his fingers, he would wipe it on his socks.
Oh, yeah.
This guy all through high school had orange rims around all of his white tube socks.
Oh,
God.
But also that doesn't solve the problem.
I know,
There's
but
still
it's
going to be
hilarious
residue.
to me. It's so funny. Am I eating these alone? Like, am I sharing it? I think that matters. Because who cares?
That's a good point.
Who cares if I'm eating
I'm gonna
just
say
my
this.
own bag? Yeah.
You're not alone. You're sharing a bag. Mm-hmm. You're with other people, but you're only licking your fingers at the end. So it's not an issue of cross-contamination.
Oh.
But it is an issue of other people are around you.
Okay, so you're saying we're all sharing these Doritos, and then I am done. I'm not going back for more, and I give it a little lick, lick, lick. And Steve and Diane are like, oh, shit.
A marathon runner and a tongue like Gene Simmons.
Ooh, yeah. No, not gross. What's the segment again? I mean, as long as I'm not going back, I think, in fact, that to me is a signal. Now, if you were to do that, sure as hell, I'm going to be watching you like a hawk.
Right.
To make sure you either have gone and washed your hand or you're not reaching in anymore.
Right.
But I think if you're done, go nuts.
Wow.
I don't care.
So you don't think... I mean, I guess it's an interesting question. From whose perspective is the grossness coming from? Because, what if I'm watching you lick Cheeto dust off your fingers?
Yeah, I guess. You might find it hot. You might find it gross.
Such a fine line.
That's right. You guys wanted to live next door to the swingers.
I do think it's gross, but then I think it's also hypocritical, because if you're eating chicken wings with someone, you're picking those up with your hands. There's sauce, even if you're not licking your fingers explicitly, they're basically going in your mouth, and no one seems to have a problem with that.
Oh, I have a problem with it.
Oh, you do have a problem with it. Go on.
Licking your fingers in general is gross. I don't...
Not a Steve Nash fan.
Definitely not.
Right.
Definitely not. Even if I cut my finger, if I see somebody cut their finger and put their finger in their mouth, that is the grossest thing to me. That's like picking your nose and eating it to me. I will not...
What are you just going to waste perfectly good blood?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Is
it going back into your circulatory system? JD? I don't think so. I don't think it's going back into your circulatory system. I could be wrong, but it just grosses me out. I don't think I've ever done it. Even ribs, saucy. I'm one of those 100 napkins guys. I will do it away from my body, but I can't.
Wow, wasting blood and paper.
Yeah, I know. Shocking. I'm a monster.
So when you eat a bagel, you're telling me you've never there's poppy seeds that amass at the plate when you're done.
Yeah,
you never licked your fingy and picked them up and I've hoovered them off your finger.
My move is to take the last little bit of bagel and then I will dump the poppy seeds on top of the bagel, and then I will consume the bagel with the leftover poppy seeds on top of the bagel. I've done this before.
Okay. I mean,
you've got to plan ahead, but I'm not licking my finger in Goldberg's and dotting up seeds and... no, I'm not doing it. It's gross.
Can I just say that the fruit eating community has gotten away with licking their fingers for too long and no one judges them for it? You're eating an apple, you're eating a pear, you're getting all those juices on you. I know people are like...
I see. Yeah, people do.
Now, if I lick blue cheese nacho dust off my finger, Dorito dust off my finger, people will think that's gross. But if I'm eating a pear, no one, people are celebrated for
I don't know about that, but
well, it's very fibrous.
But because the Dorito dust, I mean, it gets all cakey and gunky, and it looks gross too. There's that part. Whereas the clear liquid from your apple, you just don't see it really.
Right.
It's there, but you don't see it. I think that is a part of this. But I guess I don't have an issue watching you lick your fingers.
Okay. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But
I could watch somebody puke right beside me and be like, amazing, that is cool as shit. Like, I'm looking at it, but people might puke from that, but it doesn't do anything to me.
Same. Puking doesn't do anything for me.
You hear that, Faye and Ray? Bring your kids right over.
Right, yeah, maybe that's why. Subliminally. I'm like, well, I want to see this.
All right, Hanson H and Susan S want to know, letting your dog sleep in your bed. Is this gross? Skeets, you have a dog. JD, you have a dog. Does that doggo sleep in your bed, Skeets?
Yes. Luna sleeps. Well, not in the bed, but on the bed.
Yeah.
Same thing,
like at your feet?
Yeah. Like, we have a blanket down for her on top of all of our blankets, like our sheets and duvets or whatever. But she sleeps on the bed for sure. She'll move around a little bit. Like, she'll come up in the morning like, hey, come on, get up, man.
Right, yeah.
But she generally stays in her spot between our legs at the base of the bed. And
interesting.
Look,
what's the benefit of that for you? Like, you're not getting the benefit of having the warm doggo cuddling with you in bed.
No, you sort of are. She like lies on my feet, and it's and you know, before we all like lights off and stuff like that, she'll sometimes like cuddle with you. But then as soon as the lights go off and it's like everybody's going to sleep, she's like, well, down to the bottom of the bed. And I'm always like, I just talked to Nora the other night about, like, wonder why she doesn't stay here. Like, she's basically passed out when the lights are on. We're like watching TV or something, right? And Nora's like, I don't know, maybe she's like, all right, now I'm on watch or something, you know.
That's 100%.
Closer to the door. Yeah.
That's the instinct. It's you look that way, I'll look this way.
Yeah.
And you are not doing your job, by the way. She assumes that you're doing your job, but you're not doing your job.
What's my job is supposed to be?
To watch that way.
Watch?
You're watching her back.
Yeah.
And she doesn't. Well, she thinks she's watching your back, but you're not.
Okay, this is all very cute, but the dog walks with its paws through dirt and mud outside.
Oh, come on. Yeah.
Poops and doesn't wipe its own butt.
Yeah.
Pees, licks poop, licks garbage, parasites, ticks, mites, fleas.
Yeah.
And you're telling me this is not gross?
No fleas. Come on, Luna's
a very
medicated.
First off, Luna is a very clean dog. There are dirty dogs.
Yeah.
Luna does not like to be a dirty dog. So that helps. I mean, I wonder if we would be doing this if it was like, you know, she like a lot of hair and just like always in the mud. She doesn't do that. She doesn't even like, you know, the water and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not going to push it. It is gross when I really stop and think about it. But so am I not showering before I get in bed. We change our bed so often. And I hate it, but there's a reason why we do it. We change that blanket that she lies on all the time, wash that all the time, and change our own beds and pillowcases all the time. To the point where Nora like wised up. Like, we have 3 sets of everything. So it's like, even like, you know,
it's in a rotation.
Yeah, which is, it's just smooth. If you
to.
can afford it, do it, because then you don't have to do the clean it and then it's got to get dry and put back on the same day. You can just keep this rotation.
Okay, Skeets, do you walk barefoot outside? Do you lick
sometimes.
poop?
No, I don't.
Who licks poop? Come on, man.
That's what I'm saying. Dogs lick poop.
No, they
dogs
don't.
Licking poop all...
But
that stanky smell, they can't resist it.
But I'm not even taking the blanket she's lying on the bed and like rubbing my face in it.
Okay, look, here's what I'm going to say. I think it is gross. I'm not judging. I do see the appeal of it. If I had a dog, maybe I would be asleep with it in the bed. All I'm saying is this.
You guaranteed would. Look, I held on for so long, Matt, because I was
because you knew it was gross.
It was less gross. I didn't find it that gross. It was more the, you know, there is the hierarchy with a dog.
Right.
And like, they should maybe be not on your bed because now they're on your level and stuff like that.
Right.
And then one day I caved. I'll admit it. Nora, in fact, was gone. I said, "Get up here, you cute little bugger." And I was like curious to see how she would react, Luna. And I was like, I thought she might be bothering me all night and stuff like that, and she doesn't. So then I'm like, oh, this is
It's nice.
It's very nice.
It's nice.
It's very nice. And then we've always had her. Yeah, the families together.
They're pack animals. That's how they like. They like to be.
Okay, JD, you don't sleep with your dog. You're all talk.
What do you mean? My dog.
You sleep with your dog?
I have two dogs. One of them, I'm 100% head over heels in love with, and the other one I could care less about. That other one, Cosmo is the one I don't.
Wait, whisper, because I don't want them to hear you.
They hear everything.
He loves Hazel.
Okay.
Hazel's my girl. So Cosmo would kick off the bed. Like, he goes on the bed, I kick him off, he goes on the bed, and now it's a thing because Hazel is 100% allowed on the bed whenever she wants.
Oh, geez, this is very confusing to poor Cosmo.
It's very confusing for the poor guy.
Yeah.
But this is life. This is the life we're living. Look, it wasn't my idea to get Cosmo, and it wasn't my idea to get Hazel. Hazel came along, and she's like, okay, now this is a dog. This is a dog I'm into, so move over, Cosmo.
Poor Cosmo.
Okay, poor Cosmo. All right, last one. Let's, JD, give me a quick answer. I'm most interested to hear what you're going to say. Michael R. asks, baths. Are they gross? So before you answer, because I know you love them, I just want you to know there are over 100,000 bacteria per square inch of tub water. Okay, that's a fact I read on the internet.
This guy's always got these facts.
Now, go ahead.
No, they're not gross. I don't care about bacteria. I don't care about bacteria. I sleep with the dog.
Does the dog go in the tub with you?
No. Well, we don't have a tub in this house. That's the problem. So,
really? You, of all people, did not install a tub?
Yeah, it's fascinating.
It's sad. That's a whole episode. That's a Patreon episode. But
okay.
But yeah, no. Baths are great. They're awesome. If you're really that grossed out, just have a shower after. But don't, because that's a waste of water.
Yeah.
And okay, fine, a bath is wasting water as well.
But jump in, that's 70 gallons of water in an average bath. Average shower, 10 to 25 gallons.
Yeah, I know. Hey, I never have a bath. I don't have a bath in my house. I don't have a bath. But you know me, I love a bath. It's relaxing. You throw that lavender Epsom salt in there, and it's just chill mode, man. I love it. They're not gross.
Okay, I have no evidence to say this, but remember a couple weeks ago with Zach Harper, we were talking about how phone calls are just gone, and the next generation does not seem to be like picking it back up, even though they're interested in some, older technologies and music and whatever. Do you think baths are going the same way? Like, we all still have phones, but no one's using them to make calls. We mostly all still have baths, but are people using baths? Again, I have no evidence to say this, but I feel like no one's taking baths anymore.
It feels that way.
Well, Skeets, you think baths are gross?
I think this is a weird segment. All three of these things we said, yes, they are gross, but I'm going to do all of them, so I guess they're not gross enough.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, then you just say they're gross. That's fine.
But okay, so I'm gross.
You could do. We all do gross things.
Okay, well then I'm gross.
I disagree. I don't think a bath is gross. Like, you got out of a bath and you feel refreshed. You smell good.
I feel weird when I get out of a bath.
Yeah, but
I do feel in a weird way dirtier, and I might as well have a shower. The whole point of the bath wasn't to get clean. The point of the bath was to maybe relax,
to chill. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's so relaxing when I have my book and I'm worried that it's gonna fall into the water.
I can't remember the last time I had a bath. I think I maybe had a bath as a borderline joke in Vegas because you were taking all the baths, and I was like, man, I should try one of these.
What a hilarious gag.
Yeah. Well, he was standing there watching.
Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah, but I've said this on a podcast a long time ago. I grew up in a very small house in Stratford, Ontario. Born and raised.
Add that to the Wikipedia.
Yeah. Very small house that it was basically 1.5 bathrooms.
Yeah.
And there's 4 of us, me and my sister and obviously my parents. And this was an old house. It was a piece of shit house. And we did not have a shower. Okay, so when I started to hit the age of 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever, it was like I was having to have a bath to get clean. So I actually hate baths because I took way too many of them.
Interesting.
Until we ripped down our house and built a real house with showers in them. But I was my point is I was way too old having way too many baths.
Right. That's fair.
And your mom would use a sponge, or
No, it was just like, I hate baths because I think that.
Well, it's interesting because I had almost the exact opposite in that it was a small house. Mm-hmm. It was kind of a shitty house. It had a very shitty bath. You could take a shower, but then we fixed the house up. And one of the first things my dad bought was like a jacuzzi tub, like, because my mom was like, I want a fucking tub in here. And it was amazing. It was like, one of those, at the time, it was like state of the art. Like,
it's basically a hot tub.
But a bathtub. Yeah. And it was
a whirlpool.
Like, a whirlpool.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. So, interesting.
Yeah.
Our origin stories.
If this was an M. Night Shyamalan movie, one of you would be the hero and the other one would be the villain. All right, Skeets, there's only one thing left to do, and that's play subjective trivia. Skeets, let me ask you, and JD too, were either of you in the Boy Scouts?
No.
I was in the Cub Scouts, very briefly.
What is that, pre-Boy Scouts?
It's pre-Boy Scouts. It's for the little
college before the pros.
That's exactly right. It's for little kids, like I think grade 1 and 1 to 3 or something like that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it is Girl Scout cookie season. Mm-hmm. What do you think is the best-selling Girl Scout cookie?
Is this the question? Oh no! This is an actual.
I'm just curious.
Is it?
Because I'm about to show you the top 5, but I'm just curious if you.
Is it the coconut one?
Samoa?
Yeah.
No, it is not the Samoa.
Okay.
Thin Mint.
Thin Mint, yeah. JD,
nice.
if you could put up the top 5 bestsellers according to the Girl Scouts of America. Number 1 bestseller, Thin Mints. Number 2, Caramel Delights / Samoas. There are different names in different parts of the country. Number 3, Peanut Butter Patties Tagalongs. Number 4, Do-si-do's Peanut Butter Sandwich. Number 5, Lemonades / Lemon Ups. So those are the top 5. And today's question, what I want you to do is, of these 5, I just want you to rank the top 3 best ones. So these are the best-selling top 5, but I want you to rank in terms of taste. What are the top 3?
Out of the top 5.
Yes, of the top 5 best-selling, what are the 3 best?
I mean, again, according to you.
Well,
okay.
Some people like to attack.
All right,
this.
JD, let's do this. I mean,
Okay, I think Thin Mints is in the top 3.
Guaranteed, he's got Thin Mints up there. I don't think he's a coconut. Is Matt a coconut guy? That's a real question. Does he really know how to shave a coconut?
JD, you could put up the next slide as it'll show you what's in each cookie and what they look like.
Oh, this helps. This helps.
Okay. I mean, I think he's not a coconut guy. I can't remember a time.
I know.
Maybe he's talked about good coconut rice once from a Thai restaurant, but I don't think. I've never.
Because this is important, because we said recently on a No Dunks podcast, it's like those are so polarizing.
Yes.
The Samoas. Because generally if you are a coconut fan, you're like, those are the best cookies in the world. And then if you do not like coconut, like, I don't really like it all that much.
Right.
It would be no way in my top 5.
Yeah.
Ooh, but I'm not sure about Matt, so yeah.
I'm just gonna go with what I think the top 3 are. Thin Mints.
Yep.
Peanut Butter Patties. And Lemonades.
That JD is what I would pick for my 3 that MattyO would be going with too. So do we have to get them in order, or just have to hit the 3?
You just got to hit the 3.
Okay.
I mean, I've put them in order. But,
but we're going with those 3.
Okay.
He is a coconut guy!
Damn it.
Samoa's number 1.
Really?
Thin Mints number 2. And the Philippines' favorite Girl Scout cookie, Tagalog.
So we had 2 of them. We just didn't know if he was the coconut guy. You're a coconut guy.
Not even, but I think it's a really nice texture. It's a really nice punch of flavor. It feels very refreshing. It's got a lot of things going on in that cookie. I don't know. I think it's the best one. Thin Mints, again, as we all know, you could freeze them and take it up an extra notch.
Yep.
And the Tagalongs are way better than the Do-si-do's. Do-si-do's are the peanut butter in the middle, but it's just like a cookie, regular kind of cookie. those are pretty dry. It's like very brick and mortar-y. Whereas the Do-si-dos is also a peanut butter cookie, but it's got that chocolate layer on top of it.
Have you tried the Adventurefuls?
Do you?
A delicious cookie. I think right now it's at the top of my leaderboard. Better than all these.
I had never heard of these. So
I think they're somewhat new. I think they're like maybe in the last couple of years. Were we? Okay, you said they're called Girl Scout cookies here.
Girl Scout cookies.
Was it called Girl Guide cookies?
Yeah, they're Girl Guide cookies back home.
Oh, okay,
and
right. They're different, aren't they?
They're different, and this is me maybe being a homer, but they're better.
Whoa.
Wow. Do they have different names?
They're totally different. Well, they do have a Thin Mints version, which I like. But they used to have, I don't know if they still have it, but they would have like a row of chocolate, like sandwich cookies, and a row of vanilla.
I remember this.
And they were banger. Like, awesome cookies. I don't know if they still do them, but if they do, send them our way. We have a P.O. box. We'll put in the notes.
What are the top 4 most famous Girl Scout cookies from Stratford, Ontario?
Well, I mean, we have great chocolate actually in Stratford, so in your face.
What's that place called?
Don't I feel
We
stupid?
have Rio Thompson.
Rio Thompson.
And Rocky, I think it's called Rocky, is it called Rocky Mountain, I want to say? There's another competing chocolate store.
There's a chocolate war in Stratford?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's a big thing. Like, I suddenly get all, like, these Instagram, like, influencers, like, I spent a day in Stratford. I did the chocolate walk. There's, like, this thing called the chocolate walk.
Wow.
That you pay whatever for, and you get to bounce around and try all the different chocolates.
This is some bootleg Canadian Willy Wonka leading the tour.
At the end of the tour, you go and have a bath in my old house.
All right, Skeets, where can people find you?
Well, not in Stratford anymore. Here in Atlanta. Check out
They
No
can
Dunks.
find you on the Wikipedia page.
Yeah, hopefully still can. Yeah, hopefully it's still there. Check out No Dunks, No Dunks Inc., INC on the end across all social media channels. We've really stepped up our YouTube Shorts game, or our social media game, I should say, on TikTok and the Instagram Reels and Twitter and stuff like that. Shout out to our guy Jerome. But just search for No Dunks. Monday through Friday, we're talking basketball, and a lot to talk about right now. A lot of great playoff races, heated MVP debate. The playoffs are going to be here before we know it, so check us out. No Dunks.
And we've got our Fast Friends rewatch coming out. The first episode just dropped this past weekend, so this is the Fast and Furious franchise.
That's right.
And we recorded podcasts. MattyO's in a couple of them.
Yep.
For each movie, we rewatched each movie, and is planned out specifically to coincide with the release of Fast X Part 1, I guess, where we will be bringing back Fast Friends. And one other thing, No Buns returns this week.
Oh my goodness.
On Wednesday.
Yeah, MattyO, how do you feel about that? We're just re-releasing our iconic Fast Friends episodes week by week. We're going to drop them on the weekend in the No Dunks account as we build, like JD said, to Fast X.
You want me in on Fast 10, or you
Yes,
of
course.
Real celebs? Okay, because I got a scoop for you.
Oh.
Yeah, if you'll remember, when I was on the first Fast and Furious Fast Friends show I was on, I told you that it was filmed. A lot of scenes were filmed right in my neighborhood in Echo Park. The Toretto house is in Echo Park,
the market,
as well as Toretto's Market.
Yeah.
And I drive by a lot because it's sort of around the corner from where I get my haircut. And they have put a giant fence in front of the house.
Ooh.
Like where you almost can't see it from the street anymore. Or at least it'd be very difficult to stand on the sidewalk, take a picture. Because I drove by, this was a few months ago, and I'm not joking. I saw a person pull up with like a fast, cool car, open their trunk, take a 6-pack of Corona out, put the Corona on the trunk, and then their bro was like lining up the shot so the Corona was in the foreground as the house in the background. You can't do that anymore. That fence is too big. Those people were fucking pissed. Honestly, you can get, I've seen people get yelled at. Like,
so people live in the house.
Yeah, and their neighbors ain't happy about it.
Wow.
Oh, that would be another.
You should have made that option. Yeah, exactly.
You live next to the Fast and Furious house. You live next to Dom and Letty Toretto.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, remember to check us out on Patreon. I genuinely think you're going to like the extras that we have there. Like, for instance, my first post that's up there, where I share the text message exchange between me and JD that birthed Is This Good?
Oh, this is cool behind the scenes content. I'm in here.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going to show you the text message exchange where JD said, you know what, I have an idea.
Okay.
And the little back and forth, you'll see the seeds of the idea.
You're going to show that where? What do you mean? That's going to be its own clip?
So if you go to Patreon and you're a subscriber, I can do like exclusive little posts there, and I can post fun behind the scenes pictures and stuff like that too.
Okay.
If you have topics, email us at isthisgoodpod@gmail.com. Remember to rate us on Apple Podcasts, subscribe on YouTube. Thanks for listening. Thanks to JD. Thanks to Skeets for coming on. Thanks in advance for leaving a 5-star review. Thanks for checking out the Patreon. For everyone, I'm Matt Austin, and this was good. We'll see you next week.